Alright, so I made a rage video yesterday about this, but today the notes came out, so let's actually read the notes, see if we're right about anything. Developers, it's important to us that when a player chooses to fully invest in a skill, the payoff is immense. In pursuit of this goal, several new unique and legendary items are targeting skills that have yet to reach their full potential. We're excited to see what players accomplish with the new unique items for Barbarians, Rand. Never gonna play that. Druid's still in Lightning Storm, might try that. And Sorcerer's is Meteor. Okay. We're also targeting some pressing issues for each class. Necromancers with cult leaders should see their minions strike a bit harder. Barbarians shouldn't fail at 3 shots of the requirement for their success. And Sorceresses applying vulnerable with its Lightning Spear should open new builds opportunities. There are also class updates and items to kill that are underperforming, such as ranged items and the Golem. You're not wrong there. Everything you said there was good. Stop trying to make this good. I don't think bleed is fun. This sounds really fun. Let's see. Pain Borders Gauntlets. Damaging each ending with a non-basic skill marks them. I don't like that it's a glove slot because it can't slot into Whirlwind at all. So I don't know. I don't know about this. Sure. Adaptability. When cast below 50% maximum resource, basic skills generate 3% of your resource once per cast. Cast at above. Isn't this just another really good Bone Spear aspect? You can get back up to max essence with the little bone spikes like instantly now. You just make sure that you always cast all your, use up all your essence, and then you get 3 more essence per cast. Like you refill your essence really fast now with this. Alright. Gain armor, but your evade has 100% increased cooldown. I always thought they were going to do something like this. Because evade in the game, the other Diablo games I play, or you play, I guess, whoever plays, there is no evade. So maybe somebody's going to use this and just not press their spacebar anymore. Maybe this will be good. Okay, sure. Ring of Starless Skies. Unique power has been changed. Previous, casting a core skill. Well, previous it just didn't work, so who cares? Let's read the new one. New. Spending resources reduces your resource costs and increases your damage by 10%. I think it's times 10%? Or is it just, it's got to be 10%, right? Up to 40%. So it's really good now if it works. If this doesn't reset by literally everything, hey, they made it uber unique, like actually uber unique. This sounds really good. Wait a second. If I get this on Whirlwind Barb now, does Whirlwind cost like nothing? I mean, it's going to cost 40% less. It costs like 50 range a second or something. So it'll go down to like 30. So now basically you can pick the double, more than double damage, but double the rage cost, and then wear this, and it's like you're casting Whirlwind with the old cost. But does it stay? Is it like 3 seconds it keeps resetting, or is it 3 seconds and then you gotta like start spinning again? This is gonna be weird to try. I think I'm gonna play Barb and try Whirlwind with this. See if this actually works the way it reads, or if it's you have to like every 3 seconds stop spinning and start spinning again. Festive aspect of the expectant. I don't know what this is supposed to. I don't even know what this This might be a nerf. Okay, next. Melted Heart of Silig. All stats 2 times normal value. So they doubled it, which means they're going to nerf it. I'm calling it right now before I even read it. Core skill. Oh, good. Who cares about more damage when you can just move faster? Damage while healthy increases to 3 times normal rate. This just is just like a stat stick now. Previous 30% resource, and then basically you were immortal is what this read. New, gain 60 resource. 75% of all damage drains 2 resource. Okay, so now instead of just... You lose less resource, which means it's still going to be insane for Barb, right? And Necro. It'll be insane for Barb and Necro still. And you just get a flat 3/4 damage reduction. I mean, this nerfs it so you're not immortal anymore, but it's like... So you're going to be stupidly tanky, especially with the stats changed to like double. Hey, when these characters go from seasonal to the Eternal Realm, I'm going to log in because I have all the Uber Uniques and try some of this stuff on the Eternal Realm. This, I'm not sure. You're not immortal, but also they doubled the values of everything on it. So, like, it's a huge stat stick now. It's still, like, you still want the Melted Heart, it sounds like. Overpower, here we go. Attacks now gain 1% damage, down from 2%. So they just halved overpower. Okay, Blizzard, I see what you're doing here. But then they should increase the proc rate of it from like 3% to like 6. The only way to overpower is to have like ways that guarantee it. This change is okay. They could have even reduced it down to 0.5 and then made the proc chance like 12%. At least then you see the overpowers every once in a while. I don't like this whole thing. This whole thing, just games have had this for 50 years. Just Critical Strike is so much better than these new keywords. They should have rolled this all into Crit Strike. Just got rid of overpower altogether. Alright, new items. Rings of the Ravenous. Ren's duration is increased by 2 to 4 seconds, damaging enemies with bong skills. Applies 2 stacks of Ren's Blade. This can only occur every 4 seconds. Again, I'm never... This is cool for people who like Ren, but I'm never going to play Ren. I don't care. Aspect of Underground. Every 25 seconds, upheaval is guaranteed to overpower. And they just nerfed overpower, so this sucks. This timer is reduced by 4 seconds every time upheaval overpowers a boss or elite enemy. Bro, I don't care. You nerfed overpower, so this new aspect that you're claiming is cool is lame. Alright, skills charge. Base damage increased by 900%? I don't even know if charge does damage now, so 0 times 900 still 0? 900%? We might have to do some charging, boys. Enhanced charge terrain impact? So I didn't read the patch notes yet, but I did watch Rob like theory crafting earlier. Rob2628, if anybody, he's like the biggest Diablo 4 streamer right now. Everybody probably knows who he is. But he basically said, he was talking about like how certain areas don't have terrain, so like this doesn't matter. Like dungeons where you're just like on platforms and stuff and there's like nothing. Like terrain changes are cool, but they suck because unless you pick dungeons with terrain, this doesn't matter. But I guess they also said in one of the PC gamer interviews or something like that that They changed terrain this season to also include like walls and stuff, so I guess if you charge into like a wall, it counts. Leap base damage increased by 30. It seems like they're just giving the mobility skills like huge bonuses, which is fine because if we can't use all 3 shouts anymore, you might as well be able to move around. Passive brute force, more overpower nerfs. I mean, we all saw this coming, right? Overpower is dumb, but again, they should roll it all into crit strike and just get rid of this keyword that nobody knows what it does. Walking arsenal, duration of each weapon increase from 8 to 10. Yet another change that this all sounds cool, but I'm never gonna be a weapon switcher guy. I'm just gonna put it to auto pick and then just whatever it does. I'm never gonna think that weapon switching is cool. They advertise it as cool and they're really trying to push it because they think it's like, but it's the weapon switcher barbarian. Not my thing. Shouldn't be your thing either if you want to have a good time. Unconstrained berserking damage bonus increased from 60% to 100%. Still can't compete with the 1.35 times double fury cost. This needed to be like 180% to be competing with the other one. It's nice they did it because this is really good for leveling up. You use unconstrained your whole time you're leveling. This really buffs barb leveling, but in terms of this number needed to be like 180 for it to be in line with the other one. Gushing wounds bonus bleed amount increased again. So they made the bleed key passive good again to like push Rend Barb, and I'm not playing it. Weapon expertise. Expertise leveling has been cut by 50%. Thank God. I didn't like having to go hit the target dummy for like an hour or having to like go out in the world and like wear a shitty weapon for like an hour to like level it up to 10. I get they like their expertise system, but there should have been like, I don't know, there should have been like a Paragon leveling like version of it where you can just see how long you've used like each weapon past 10. This system was cool, but this is the first step to fixing it, just reducing it by half. Yeah, half. Well, like a quarter because it's half. You know what I mean? Because 100% would be like you don't have to do it at all, but that's not how percentages work. So you know what I mean. But this is cool. This is the first step to them just saying, listen, when you start a barb, you'll just when you do the quest to get it, they'll all just be at 10, and you can slot in whatever you want. Ooh, here we go. Paragon Martial Glyph now reduces the cooldown of every shout skill by 4 seconds. Oh, every non-shout skill by 4 seconds. So I can pick one shout, and then now can I like play like Steel Grasp so I can like hook things to me? Are we getting Diablo 3's like pole barb? Is that this reads like 4 seconds? Does this include ultimates? Is my Wrath of the Berserker just now always 4 seconds shorter? That would have been cool. You know what this change could have been like really cool? So decrease the duration of all skills by 4 seconds. Unless you have more than one shout or something like that. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to try this and see if pole barb is a thing. Like if Steel Grasp, if I can Steel Grasp like all the stuff now. I'm just going to use the generator shout and not war shout or the challenging shout anymore, and then I'm just going to play like Steel Grasp and some other skill like Charge. This could be cool, actually. Resource aspect of Echoing Fury. Uh-oh, Echoing Fury, here we go. You now generate 6 to 10 Fury while any shout skills are active instead of 2 for each. Oh, well, any shout. So just the generator one. And nothing else. Here's the build I'm thinking already. Charge, Steel Grasp, Wrath of the Berserker, and the generator shout. And then your normal 2 keys, HoTA and what do you call it? Lunging Strike and Whirlwind or HoTA. Veterans Brawler Offensive. Reduce the damage per stack. This sounds like a huge nerf to toughness. But I don't know if we use this. Like, they reduce it from 300% to 40%. So this is like a toughness, like, giga nerf. Offensive aspect of Astral Charge. Reduced bonus damage from 125 to... Well, they had to do this because they increased the charge by 900%. So if they did this, this would be like a D3. It'd be like D3 level Raycourse charge. If they left it this, it would be 125 times 300. So it'd be like... It literally would be a D3 skill. Alright, next. Offensive Wrath of... Offensive aspect Encroaching Wrath. Oh, more weapon change stuff that I don't care about. Red Ring of Fear, damage bonus of a 5-second duration to be used. Oh, I get it. You can't go hammer like 4 little monsters out in the world and then go to Uber Lilith and like one shot her. I understand. That's fine. People were doing that, shouldn't have been doing that anyway, so this is fine. I thought this was like a nerf or something. It's not. It's a nerf to like really cheesy tactics. Alright, druid, which is what I want to play. The only issue is I don't know if I can ever put myself through fighting Tempest Roar again, even though I know there's a way. Like, you kill the beast in ice, I think, right? So I guess we'll see if the Tempest Roar is... Yeah, let's see the changes first. Unsung Aesthetics Wraps? I can't even pronounce that. Lightning Storm gains 1 additional strike each time it grows, which is like instantly. Lightning Storm Critical Strike causes lightning to strike twice, dealing 20% increased damage. So you press Lightning Storm and the whole screen explodes because every time it strikes twice and then another time when it grows, which is like almost instantly. So you're telling me Caster Druid's finally a thing. Because this is going to just delete your whole screen. What is over on your screen is dead. But I think this has a long cooldown, right? You can reduce it by a lot, like with aspects and stuff. This will be cool. We'll see how that goes. Virulent aspect utility. When rabies infects an enemy, it reduces cooldown. Tripled when infecting elites. Okay, they're trying to make rabies good, but every time they do this, it never works. I'm hoping it's good, but we'll see. Enhanced rabies. Maximum damage increases from 30 to 60%. Once again, they're trying to make it good, but I don't know if it's going to be. Lacerate sucks. I don't know why they reduced it by 10 seconds when it's not going to matter. Lacerate heals for 6%. Who cares? If you're pressing Lacerate, whatever you're fighting should be dead. You shouldn't have to heal from it. It shouldn't hit you because it should be dead. This ability sucks. Cataclysm. They increase the damage like slightly for a skill that nobody's ever going to take. They also increase the vulnerable from 3 to 6. Who cares? Cataclysm is bad. Maybe Storm Druids can actually finally pick this and it, press it when you come up to a boss and now you get the boss is vulnerable for 6 seconds. It's the only use I see for this. It's like, I need a way to make him vulnerable. Now you have it, but who cares? Passives, mending, additional healing reduce. Seems like they really just want druids to heal themselves, huh? Increase from 5 to 6. Okay. Fortify gain increase from. This is insane. Bear Druid already was fortified for like 4 times their health pool. Now it's gonna be like 4.5 times their health pool. Sure. Unrestrained. So it's the same values. Increase from 3 to 5, so it's 15%. But then it's triple to double, so it's 10%. It's literally a 1% increase. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 2 is 10. It's a 1% increase to unrestrained. Okay, sure. Natural fortitude, fortified, gain on shapeshifting, increase. I don't care. Every druid build, you're in the form or you're not. Like, you want to wear like Mad Wolf's Glee, the bear one, or you just want to stay human. This whole shapeshifting between them is not something that I want to be doing. Bestial Rampage. Required shapeshift duration reduced from 2.5 to 2. Okay, cool. Another buff to changing forms, I guess. Spirit boons. They forgot an eye. Prickle skin. Thorns increase from 0.15 to 0.6. You can now get 4,000 thorns on Druid. Slap on your razor blades, guys. It's time for Thorns Druid. Gift the Stag, they needed this change. Literally, when I read this the first time, it should be 20. With the way Spirit works, this should be 30, actually. Should be from 10 to 30. The only reason you pick this is because you're doing like some kind of max Spirit cheese anyway, and 20 still ain't enough. Avian Wrath. Critical strike damage is now multiplicative instead of additive. I don't know why Blizzard does this. In all their games, they always do this. They change it to additive because multiplicative is too strong, and then they change it back to multiplicative. I bet everybody's going to pick this, and then it's going to be broke again. Because anytime something multiplies, you end up with Diablo 3. Tectonic. Bonus chance. I don't like Lucky Hit. Again, why can't we just get critical strikes? Oops. I don't like this. Bonus, okay. They're just making Boulder better is what they're doing, right? They just keep trying to push Boulder. Poise. Berry increase from 5 to 15%. Doesn't matter, the pets still suck. This needs to be another 0 here. Or is this dealing with pets? I'm not sure. If this is a pets thing, this needs to be 150%, not 15%. So I'm not familiar with every little skill, but Wilds. Passive companion damage increases from 80% to 120. Again, this needs to be 1200% for it to matter. This doesn't matter. Nobody's going to use the pets, guys. This needs to be 1200% to even be like thought about getting picked. Alright, sure. Item updates. Oh, they fixed the shred thing. Instead of dealing the poison damage to them, it just increases the poison that's already on them. That's fine. This was literally a bug anyway. This isn't an update, you fixed a bug. Aspect of Metamorphic Stone, again, they're trying to push Boulder. This is actually good, though, because between the max spirit increase and this, I can actually press Boulder more than, like, once. Sounds fun, actually. Aspect of the Unsatiated. Spirit generation bonus increases from 20. Ooh. Big buff to spirit gen. Pretty much doubled from, like, low roll to max roll. Good. I got tired of sitting there. I don't have no spirit. I don't have no spirit. Aspect of retaliation. Okay. Another nerf to like toughness, kind of. It's 10%. I don't know if you use this on the good builds, so it was probably too good at 40%. I think the max should be 35. New item for the Necromancer, the Mutilator Plate. You are Bloodlanced, and when Bloodlance would deal damage to you, it instead fortifies you for 2% of your life, and has a 5% chance to form a Blood Orb. Bloodlance deals 20% increased damage. What is this? You are Bloodlanced. This might be really fun to try. I don't know what this means. This line here? That's funny. But, you are Bloodlanced. I guess we'll have to see. Alright, here's what they were talking about. They said they're going to buff Bone Spirit by like a lot, so that Bone Spirit is competitive with Bone Spear. So here we go. Shattered Spirit's aspect offensive. Casting Bone Spirit also launches 18 blown splinters in all directions, dealing 400% increased damage and generating 6 essence. Isn't this going to just nuke your entire screen? Like, I don't mind the 400% increased damage or generating essence, but 18 seems a bit high. It should be like 12. I feel like your Bone Spirit's just going to go out, hit something, and your whole screen's going to explode. Everything's just instantly obliterated by this. We'll see. They buffed Iron Maiden. Who cares? Nobody uses Iron Maiden. It's a cool skill, but oh, they buffed it by 10.3 and then another 10%. So maybe actually Iron Maiden will be used with Bone Spirit now. Probably not, but Corpse Explosion. Oh, good. They made it actually do damage now instead of just relying on this lucky hit to like buff all your other skills. Blighted corpse damage decreased from 110 to 90. No, guys. Summoner Necro already sucks, and that's where you use that? No. This, good. This, bad. You nerfed a spec that was already bad. You need to, this needs to get reverted. Out of all the patch notes that I've read, this is the one to cross out. That's a bad change. Just cross this one out, and we'll be fine. Blight, damage over time. Doesn't matter. You use Blight to level, and that's you instantly switch out of it as soon as you can. It's fun. It's a cool effect on the ground, but I don't care. Sever. I really had fun leveling Summoner Necron using Sever. It's cool that they buffed it, but like this buff is tiny. It's like less than 10%. It's 4%. This needed to go from 21 to like 55, and this needed to go from like 66 to like 105. Sever's fun, but this change. I mean, with this being nerfed, this being buffed, maybe it'll work out, but this change is the one that needs to get crossed out again. If we're talking about the Summoner Necromancer, like putting blight down on everything, I don't like this. This just seems like inconsequential. Bone Spirit. Damage increased by 4% per essence spent casting Bone Spirit, up from 3%. Once again, they're buffing Bone Spirit. This could be massive if you get more max essence. Sure. Dreadful Bone Spirit now restores 30% of your maximum essence instead of flat 30. Okay. Once again, more buffs to the Bone Spirit because 30% of max could be. So you have 300 essence. 30% is 90. 30. Yeah, this is a good change to like. So you can't spam. I'm sure you still can't spam Bone Spirit, but this makes it like not just abysmal to play because 30 essence when you have 300 is literally 10%. Good. Okay. Acolytes decompose. Unit mins is 10%. Once again, why? It's a nerf to Summoner again. Unit mins is 10% increased damage to enemies being decomposed. Now they just become vulnerable. No. No, no, no. This again should have been Summoner support, and they should have added. They should have bumped this to like 40. I don't like that. They're doubling down on killing summoners. What they're doing. All right, let's keep going down. Initiates, decompose, slows enemies. Same thing. Oh, and then if you decompose for 1.5 seconds, you gain 30% movement speed. It still doesn't matter. You gotta stop to cast the skill. That's the big issue. Now, if this said new decompose slows enemies by 50%, it can now be channeled while walking. This would be the one everybody picked. Doesn't matter if you move faster after you're done channeling it. You should be able to channel it and move. Dreadful Blood Mist. Oh, they're taking away Fortify and just giving you critical strike. This I like, because this is what I said. Roll everything into crit. Everything in the game should just be rolled into crit, so that people can understand it. It's that. Bone Prison. Friendly minions and players can now freely pass through bone prison walls. Oh no, I can't troll my friends anymore. Lame. That's that only. This changes so that you can't trap like your friend in the corner for however long Bone Prison lasted. Enemies inside Bone Prison are vulnerable. They should be. That just makes sense. Ghastly Bone Prison. If an enemy is trapped by Bone Prison, gain 25 essence. Might actually use this in the Bone Spirit build to like gain even more essence. You cast Bone Prison a couple times and then you blow them up like on higher tiers. That sounds actually kind of fun. Dreadful Bone Prison. Once again, more Fortify getting taken away, and they're adding it cooldown reduction. I guess, okay. I guess necromancers are going from like being able to like have some toughness to like super glass cannon. But basically, if you can blow them up before they blow you up, it just, I guess that's the gameplay now. It's like every change is like fortify is gone. Oh, thank God. Ossified Essence now displays the current bonus on the tooltip. I don't have to guess anymore what my bonus damage is. It just tells me. Look at that. Here we go. Golem. When golems finish casting their activities, they'll try to target a new close enemy before reverting to the previous target. Okay. Blood and Iron Golem. Basic attack to hit enemies around the main target. Well, that's good. They have some AoE capability now. Bone Golem. Active ability to 70% animal for the duration of the thought. Okay, I guess you can, like, the taunt's good now, because now he's tanky. Bone Mage. Fortifies based on maximum. Well, good. Why would you ever... Why would they ever think having it based off the base life was good to begin with? Skeletal Priest. Healing increase from 25 to 40%. No, Blizzard. No. I don't want my minions to heal up over time. Just heal them to full when I not maybe not heal them to full, but just heal them for a flat for an amount when I press the skeletal mage. I don't like this whole healing your guys over time thing. It should only heal them over time if you're out of combat, and then if you're in combat, it should heal them for an amount. This rework is still bad. Here's what needs to happen. If you're in combat, it heals them for an amount. If you're out of combat, the remaining healing is done over time. Problem fixed. Cult Leader, Legendary Paragon Node. Your minions deal... Wait. Your minions deal 15 increased damage for each minion type you have. Okay, so you get like 45% more damage. No. Like 60% more damage. Your damage deal 10%... Your minions deal 10% increased damage for each 20% attack speed bonus they have. They're trying to play it off like a buff. It's literally a nerf. This would give you like 60%, and now you need like 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. You need 140% attack speed to get the same value as the old one. This is horrible. I'm trying to play this off as a, but this is just a straight nerf, guys. Unless, of course, you could get your minions to have huge attack speed. To break even or better, you need 100%, 180% faster attack speed for minions. Okay, I could see where this could scale out of control, but you need way too much attack speed for it to matter. If this was 10% for every 10%, maybe viable. Because then your minions would do 100% more damage if they had 100% attack speed, which is obtainable. I don't think 200% attack speed is actually obtainable in the game. I think you'd have, even with perfect rolls, you could get like 160 max. This is, guys, this is a nerf. Like, you can't do this. Did they? I don't think they play tested this at all, or they worded it badly. Again, maybe it's like 10%, and this should be 10% too. Golem. Additional bonus change from 25% to 25 damage. Oh, cool. My golem does 25% more damage of the 0 damage it did before. Great. Aspect of Swelling Curse, Bone Spirit. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is the previous. So instead of traveling now, Bone Spirits critical strike chances increased by 25%. Oh, this is really good. You get 25% crit and you get maximum essence. Oh, this is really good. Again, Bone Spirit is the way, guys. Torturous aspect. Enemies affected by Iron Maiden have 25% chance to be stunned for 1 second. Ooh, Iron Maiden is now a darkness skill and deals shadow damage. That's really good. That'll work with a lot of the aspects. And then the other changes, it's still the same. They stun themselves, but ooh. I like that it's a darkness skill. It'll work with all aspects and increase shadow damage. Again, Iron Maiden might be rolling, guys. Rotting aspect. Chance to spawn additional corpses increased to 100%. Do we just have a guaranteed corpse gen thing now? 100%? I guess we'll see, but that sounds... A guaranteed corpses. What I've learned from Diablo 3 and the beginning of Diablo 4, an additional corpse can either give you game breaking or do nothing. We'll have to see. This is up in the air. They might nerf it back to this, or because it does nothing, it might stay 100%. But this, it's cool that we have a way to make sure there's an extra corpse now. Hulking aspect, chance to reduce oh, the aspect nobody used. The changes are abysmal. 2.5 to 10. Oh man, nobody cares. Even if you go golden build, you're still not going to use this aspect because this is just garbage. Rogue, new items. Beastfall boots. When you cast an ultimate skill, the next core skill consumes all your energy and deals 1.5 increased damage per energy. No, I don't like it. I get it says using cooldown restores 5 energy, but like anytime there's a skill in the game that uses all of your resource, it's really, really bad. The only time it works is like in Diablo 3 with the Earth set, where you fill up your fury instantly by leaping once. There is no build that's ever been good by like using all your resource instantly. I don't like this. I don't play rogue, so I can't. I mean, maybe rogues will like it. But anytime something says consumes all of all is bad. Resistant assailants aspect. Breaking concealment. Oh, they're just trying to make stealth rogue a thing. You just gain a bunch of toughness and you can conceal again like right away. It's not really defensive, it's more like making stealth like usable. They're buffing blade shift. So I'm skimming because I don't really play rogue, so again, it should just be like all your energy. They're trying to buff caltrops. They're buffing random arrows, and they're making it so that it hits stuff because right now you cast random arrows. It takes like 5 seconds for the animation to happen. This should be reduced by like 50%. 15% means it's going to take like 4 seconds instead of 5. Cold imbuement, whatever, cool. They fixed the poison imbuement finally. I heard about this. Again, I have friends that told me kind of adjusted this, but basically now instead of getting 30%, like increasing this poison by 30% every time you hit with it, it's just going to reduce its own cooldown by more, which is fine because now I can keep poison imbuing like constantly. But the fact I don't get 30% more every time, I think this has the potential to come out to be exactly the same. Like, you don't get more poison damage, but you get to reduce the cooldown. So your poison imbuement might actually like be fun because you can always have it up. Again, they're trying to buff ranged rogue, vulnerable increased. I read about this. Penetrating shots getting better, which it was already like the funnest. What you call it? Range ability. They're just making it do work with a bunch of aspects and do more crit strikes. So that's whatever. Yeah, more penetrating shot buffs. That's fine. Close quarters combat. Amount of damage with card control is 40 to 10%. I use this. This is the one I like to play because you get a shit ton of attack speed. So I know it no longer matters if I crowd control him. It just gives me more attack. This is good for like the casual player. Now the elitist is going to say this is a huge nerf because we're losing 30% damage, which it is. But come on, man. I just want to attack faster. Give me fun in my video game. This is too much to read. Dude, I don't care. I'm just gonna use close quarters combat. This is like I need a TLDR on this from my rogue players. I'm not reading all that. I don't care. Chilling weight. Chilled enemies have their movement speed further reduced. Oh, they made it so it actually freezes them now instead of just making them slower. Okay. After knocking back or knocking down an enemy, you gain 4% of critical strike. Wait, previous new. It reads exactly the same. After knocking back, or knocking down, you gain. Oh, against them is not in the second. Oh, so you just always get it now. This might be good. It's just 4% crit for nothing because you can actually just slap this on and use it now instead of having to be against them. So, like, this probably was only used for against bosses before, and now it works on trash mobs. That's a good change. Well, it works on trash mobs and the boss. Alright, fair. Paragon I don't really know about because I'm not a rogue player again. One inner sight, you gain dodge. Your next 3 core skills deal an additional damage equal 20% of your core skill damage bonus. Ooh. Playing inner sight might be really fun with twisting blades now. Which I already see. Oh man. They nerfed it. Right after I was reading something that sounded fun with twisting blades, I knew this was coming though. Item updates blade dancers. Orbiting blades can now hit 2 times instead of 3. And this change was made to properly match the visuals of 2 rotations on the plane. Okay. I still want to. I want to try this to see what this means. The wording has me so confused. I think they just removed 1 rotation around you and they reduced the damage by 15% because this line doesn't exist anymore. Sounds like a huge nerf, but I think it's going to be less detrimental than people think. I mean, it's big. 3 rotate 2 instead of 3 is like 150% damage. Like, weapon damage or something. We'll try it. We'll see. I got a rogue on the Eternal Realm. I'm going to log in and see what this means. Aspect of Stolen Valor. Each stack of a momentum heals you. Oh, you get damage reduction now. That's a good change. This is the only change in the whole patch notes I actually know about. I could read through it, but they actually just buffed Icy and Toxic Alchemist. I have a friend who plays these and says this change is amazing. So I'm not gonna go through it, but he says it's a huge buff. So Wind Force, lucky hit chance increased from 20 to 30 to 30 to 40. Nah, it needs to be like 60 to 70, bros. For an item as iconic as the Wind Force, the chance on hit to deal like double damage is garbage because it's a lucky hit. It should just say while you have the Wind Force. It shouldn't even be lucky hit. It should say while you have Wind Force equipped, you have a 20% chance to do double damage. And it should be like an uber unique, and they should make the stats on it like insane. Wind Force is a beyond iconic item in Diablo, and I can't believe that it has such a bad effect on it. Yeah, they need to change Wind Force to be a uber unique with a uber unique type of like unique ability. Sky Hunter, Critical Strike. First time you deal direct damage, guaranteed precision skill. So you can get guaranteed crits, and now they restore energy. That's fine. Eagle Horn. Again, these are bows. Wind Force is the most legendary one, and these other ones should be like whatever when you find them. But man, if you drop a Wind Force, you should lose your fucking mind. But instead, it's like a meme item. Previous penetrating shot has a 30% chance to fire an arrow. Oh, stuff scenery. Again, I heard this problem is that a lot of stuff isn't scenery. Basically, they made it every fourth cast instead of every time, but then also when it bounces, it always bounces. Again, walls and scenery. I hope that they're not kidding when they said they made most things count as walls and scenery. Sorcery. I'm going to say right now, Ball Lightning's in here somewhere, and it's getting nerfed to like nothing. New item, Starfall Cornet. Meteor now has 2 charges and a 6... 11 to 6? Oh, it's like bad roll to good roll. Okay, I get it. I'll just say 6. Meteor has 2 charges and a 6-second cooldown instead of a mana cost. And drops 3 additional meteors on the meteor's enchantment. Now drops 1 additional meteor. Guys, we have Talrashas in Diablo 4 now instead of Diablo 3. Every 6 seconds you cast, like your whole screen's just gonna be like exploded by meteors. Aspect of Shredding Blades. Ice Blades, chance to survive vulnerable 20 by 20%. Okay, sure. Here we go. What's it say? Ball Lightning's enhanced Ball Lightning exchange to have its attack rate increase with attack speed up to 25%. Why are they buffing this? I hopefully there's more to this. Blizzard Mage's Blizzard condition to be cast for 50 over 50 mana has been removed. Oh my god. Why was this ever for a company literally called Blizzard? Why couldn't you cast Blizzard? Lightning Sphere. Critical strikes now apply vulnerable for 3 seconds. This is really good. Hey, Lightning now has a guaranteed Vuln way, guys. Paragon. Searing Heat. Fixed an issue with critical strike bows not applying properly. Critical strike bonus increased from 10 to 12. Okay. Elemental Summoner, conjuration damage bonus increased from 3 to 5. Again, we're getting Talrashas, guys. That's what's happening. Burning Aspect, amount of intelligence required to gain 1% burning damage reduced from 75 to 25. Ooh. Time to play dot spec, guys. We're gonna play meteor, and we're gonna make everything. If it ain't dead from the meteor, it's definitely gonna be dead from burning to death. Aspect of Shattered Star's meteorite damage has been increased to 20% chance of meteor's damage. Dude, I'm telling you, meteor's the way, guys. We're playing Talrashas in D4 now. Staff of Lime Mason. Increased charge bolt to attracted enemies by 60%. I thought it was already anyway. I thought the way it was in Diablo 4 was that it always like seeks out an enemy. I guess not, but here you go. Now it has more than a half chance to do that. Ice Heart Brace. Let's Ice Heart Brace. Chance to unleash a Frost Nova when enemies die is increased to 30%. Okay. It's... What's the word I'm looking for? It's like the Hydra thing from Diablo 3. You just can Frost Nova stuff now. Alright, it's 30%, but when you got 500 monsters on the screen, one of them's gonna do this. Endgame activities. Helltide will be now active every hour with a 5-minute gap in between. We did it, boys. It took two seasons and the initial launch for them to do this. This is good. I don't like, though, that the 5-minute gap. You're still going to lose your cinders. Why? With them wanting me to run Duriel 700 more times, just let me do the fucking... Just let me do it. If I want to farm it, just let me farm it, man. So players consistently more acquire distilled fear. We worked on distilled fear, but I don't care. This is for Beast of Ice. Actually, I will care if I play Druid. Players will always gain distilled fear after completing a... Oh, okay, so you just get guaranteed ones now. Every 10 tiers, there's an increasing chance. After completing tier 90, you always get 3 of them? The Purified Sigil reward from completing a nightmare will always grant Sigil 1 tier greater than the Nightmare Dungeon just completed. Nightmare Dungeon 101, guys. It's real. It exists. No, I'm just kidding. I know, they would drop 100. If you're doing 100, it'll always drop 100 is what it's saying. That's a good change. Skull of Escape, don't care, I'm not a hardcore player, but this is good for hardcore players because I didn't read it, but I just read it now, and I saw 20 to 99, and I just knew this was a good change. Yeah, so now you can actually like just have your Skulls of Escape. It's more room in your inventory. The chance for Scatter Prisms to drop on an elite monster has been reduced. I want to say thank God, but like, yeah, it's really dumb because Scattered Prisms, I have like 500 of them. And the only thing they're for on softcore is like adding seconds to items, and it shouldn't have 500 of them. Scatter Prisms can now be acquired from legions. Okay, that's good. So now they reduce the chance of it just dropping, and now you have to go do the legion to get it. That's fine. Material cap increased from 9,999 to 9,000 to 999,000. No, dude, this needs to be like 99999999999. Dude, Blizzard needs to understand. Somebody's probably already at this number. Well, they're not, because they're capped at this number. But somebody's going to get to this number, like... There shouldn't be a cap. The cap should be like the integer or something, where it's so stupidly big you'll never get there. Treasure goblins spawn while fighting avarice. Now have why does it sound like playing Diablo 3 avarice, dude? Who cares? Treasure goblins they drop garbage anyway. They drop like one thing, and the aspect's always garbage. World tier 3 and 4 weekly caches can now drop unique items. That's good. At least the casual player will now be able might find like a Tempest Roar in their freaking. They kill the world boss, they might get lucky. The cap for items in the world boss has been adjusted. My friend was telling me about this, and he's like, it's a nerf, and I'm like, it's not a nerf because from what I understand, my other friends were telling me who skimmed this said stuff always drops with 925 now. World bosses are intended to reward powerful loot for your level. With this change, at higher level, players will see maximum item power gear from one. See? It's a buff. If you ain't leveled 100, you ain't really playing the game anyway, so... Let's see. Don't care about World Tier 3. Nobody plays on World Tier 3. Gregory on World Tier 4. Oh, unique power range. Okay. I was about to say, why did they reduce Beast and Ice? Burial remains unchanged. Always drops 925, baby. Yeah, who's ready to go do Duriel 700 more times? I'm not, but we're doing it. Nightmare Dungeon power scaling has been adjusted. So what I understand is you're just going to get better stuff out of Nightmare Dungeons. Again, they're pushing... Do nothing in our game except for the Nightmare Dungeons, please. We'll put a lot of work into them. Even though you've ran them each 150 times already, do them more. All monsters above level 144 in Nightmare Dungeons 90 plus are now guaranteed to drop 925. This is good. Finally now, if I'm farming, I'm just going to farm like tier 91 and just always have the 925 stuff drop. This is good. This means that there's actually a point to do the Nightmare Dungeons instead of just running like tier 20, just instantly killing everything. Potion count can no longer be reset after dying and being revived by another player. Fuck you, power levelers. They went from abusing the system where you could level up to like 70 like instantly by running your friend through like a tier 100. They nerfed that. And then the power levelers figured out you could abuse the potions. I'm sorry, my other friends were saying this is a bad change. This is a great change. Stop abusing the game mechanics, guys. Please. The Hatred's chosen siphon effect is no longer based on it. If you don't know this event in this game, you had to stand on these pedestals and give it blood, and there was a chance your lucky hit could like instantly fill it, or you could just stand there for like 50 seconds looking like a moron. The Greed Shines effects also will not drop gold. Okay. Oh, that's good. I hate the Green Shrine. I hated the Green Shrine because you'd get it and everything would drop like 1 gold. Now it's going to act like a massacre bonus. You click the Green Shrine, and then depending on how many monsters you kill is how much gold you get at the end. This is really good. Because to me, the Green Giant was like the most useless thing in the game. The fact you'd hit enemies and they'd drop like 1 gold. You're like, I wish this was cool, like Boon of the Hoarder or something, but it's not. Uber unique items can now be unlocked as transmogs. We're all Red Ranger now, buddy. Woo, let's go. New settings been added to allow... Oh, WASD, finally. I said this like when the day of the launch, I went on my keyboard and I tried to press WASD and I'm like, Why does it not do anything? Are you kidding me? This change should have been done literally on the first patch. The fact that this didn't launch with the game. Bonuses from keywords such as Berserking now also denote whether their associated damage is additive or multiplicative. Thank God. Now all these math nerds don't have to guess. They can theory craft and actually know what the hell they're talking about instead of plugging in some weird calculator where it's like, well, maybe it multiplies, maybe it adds. We don't know. Now you do. Event timers are not displayed on the world map. Fine. I don't care. I open up my map, and if the boss is coming up in like 2 minutes, I run there. An additional stash tab's gonna. I don't care about controllers. Diablo has always been a PC gameplay. On PC, you're a complete nerd. An additional stash tab has now been purchased for Indian Gold. Maximum stash tabs are now 6. But it should be infinite because it takes no amount of coding to store items on your server. Them saying that it was too hard, whatever. The icons for HoTA chests and mystery chests of Living Steel have been updated to make them more visually distinctive from other chests. That's fine, but put them in the game. I don't want to go to helltides.com to figure out where these things are. This change is good, but it doesn't need to be a chest of mysteries, literally. Just change it. Helltides.com doesn't need to be a thing. Put it in the game where it is. And everybody's like, well, if you run past it, you'll be able to. I don't want to go to helltides.com. I want to be in Diablo 4 playing Diablo 4. The button for confirming gold. Console players complaining about trading. Well, if you played on PC, the only real way to play Diablo, we wouldn't have this problem. We've introduced a way for players to approach reworking their skill tree. Players can now refund the whole path of skill clumps and preview it all. Thank God. What they need, though, is Diablo 3 armory system where you walk up to the thing and you can just change everything instantly. I should be able to set up different builds like that. Developer note. I think this means the new respect options allows players to easily refund or re-add their skills in a flexible way. Our goal to these additions to making purchasing and refunding nodes less time-consuming while encouraging players to experiment more. Oh, that's a really good developer note. Thanks, guys. But again, where's my armory? Because even though I changed my spec, that's great. I want to be able to change my gear and everything instantly. I don't want to have to go to my stash, look through it, take out aspects, just swap it instantly. Bug fixes. Fixed initial skin render did not. Oh, okay. Action wheel. I don't care. Fixed an issue. Dialogue logbooks could not be turned off. I ran into this. You'd click a book and it would just keep talking, no matter what. I'm like, shut up. Fixed an issue. The screen reader could malfunction when repeated. Okay, sure. Gameplay. Fixed an issue where a player could be suppressed outside of a suppressor being. I'm sorry, but suppressor, they need to just remove the affix entirely. There's no reason you should do absolutely 0 damage when outside the shield, and then you go in the shield, you get one shot because it's like an oppressor, like mob, like the big demon guys with the wings. And then the suppressor field, it doesn't suppress, it just makes them immune. It's bad for the game. The suppressor field needs to be completely changed. It should just reduce their damage taken instead of just like making them pretty much immune. Fixed an issue where the max life by a percentage. Oh, Elixir Fortitude actually works now instead of just whatever. Faction issue with Trouncey can spawn an excessive number of minions. I watched a guy level from 90 to 100 by standing and killing the mobs that spawned from the Sea Hag. It took him like 24 hours, but he's like, I don't feel like running Nightmare Dead, so I'm gonna go find the Sea Hag in a dungeon. I think he ran to the one way up by the lighthouse. And then he stood there and just, like, I think he put on like a minion build and just let the minions kill them all night. That's funny to me. Fixed an issue where the Aquablith could still attack the player after being defeated during the second phase of the encounter. Yeah. How about fixing her waves that still instantly one-shot you no matter what? Fixed an issue with the Umbo aspect, a large amount of resource. Sure, whatever. Fixed an issue where her skills such as Divine Blaze did not consider staggered bosses as crowd control. Hey, do you like crowd controlling a boss but not actually getting anything for it? Yeah, me too. Fixed an issue where the Bushwick could stand in place if the player stood near the resplendent. I've had this too. I had one where he spawned inside of resplendent chest and then he couldn't move or do anything. And then it's funny. I don't think I could kill him because he was bugged. Like he kept getting his shield every 5 seconds because he thought he was getting reset. This is funny. Fixed an issue. The Bonebreaker Blade didn't. Who cares? They're nerfing overpower anyway. Fixed an issue where the guaranteed overpower again. Who cares? Fixed an issue where charge. Whatever. Fixed an issue where Hammer the Ancients was dealing more damage than intended due to the bonus from Violent upgrade being applied even if the Furious upgrade was chosen. Oh, I knew this. They're saying they're fixing an issue. It's not an issue. I watched Rob's video on this. Guys, it's not a bug fix. HoTA is getting nerfed literally by 50%. I watched him go on his spreadsheet and plug in all the numbers for all the overpower changes and stuff. I called it in my Rage video. It's literally 50% nerf. It came out to like almost exactly 50%. I think it was like 50612, something like that, but it's just 50% is all you need to know. Fixed an issue where tooltip for Envenom displayed its damage bonus is additive when it was multiplicative. Okay. Fixed an issue where nobody cares. Ravens, more pet fixes we don't care about because nobody's going to play pets. Fixed an issue where Ring of the Starless Skies would get removed by anything. It says aspect of Gore Quills, but literally anything. They reworked the whole ring though, so are they saying they play tested and this was still? I read this as they play tested and it was still a bug. I'm hoping it's fixed. Fixed an issue with Blood Mist. Fixed an issue where the splitting aspect was scaled 2 times when used on a 2-handed weapon. Bone Spear is nerfed by 7% boils. Again, in Rob's video I watched, he did the math on this. It's really not that bad. It's 7%. But at least now if you use a one-hand and a shield, that's actually viable. I feel like all this did is make it so, like, you don't have to have a grandfather. You can play, like, one-hand and a shield. You can play Lidless Wall now, basically, and not feel bad about yourself. Fixed an issue where Terramods will increase the cap for combo points. Yeah, up to infinite. I saw a guy running around 31 combo points. We knew this was getting fixed, but this is funny. Fixed an issue where you're returning twisting blades while using blade damage aspect where applying full poison immune damage instead of the expected percentage. Yeah, again, twisting blades is nerfed to shit. Because it wasn't supposed to spin around you 3 times and apply the poison immune again 3 more times. You can read these, but I don't know what any of this means. Fixed an issue where various powers were affected by evading, such as unique power of Flicker Step did not work properly when using Teleport Enchantment. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about ball lightning. Fixed an issue where bonus evade chances gained by the Oculus didn't increase when upgrading the weapon at the blacksmith. Do you like evading? Well, too bad. Fixed an issue where ball lightning was dealing far more damage than intended. Developers note ball lightning was dealing an unintended amount of damage because of its enhanced upgrade. This bug fix returns the amount of damage done by the skill to its intended quantities. It's 60% nerf, guys. Again, I watched Rob's video on this. He plugged in all the numbers again, and he said if the fix is what they think it is, it's a 60% nerf. It could be a lot more. It could be like up to like an 80% nerf if they reverted like everything wrong with it and the season themes going away. So they're like, in Eternal Realm, ball lightning is going back to being like completely useless. Fixed an issue with the static surge linear node will trigger skills. Okay. You guys can read through all this. It's council fixes and basically stuff on the minimap was in the wrong place. Oh yeah, my friends told me about this too. They fixed a bunch of dungeon exploits. There are ways to skip certain dungeons. I did it myself once by accident, but went back and actually I teleported out of the dungeon and ran back because I didn't want to get flagged for exploiting or whatever. So I literally went back and did did it the way it's intended. There were ways to leap through certain doors and stuff where you didn't have to do the animus or slay the enemies or press the shrine in front of the door, things like that. There are ways to skip things, and like I said, I never abused it because I didn't want to get flagged for exploiting, but I guess there's no action being taken against these people who did abuse it, so once again, exploit often, exploit early, because it doesn't matter, apparently. My friend talked about this. He actually had this fixed an issue where upgrading a damaged item at the blacksmith would further lower the item's durability. It wouldn't do that. It would just literally break all your items instantly, and then you'd have to teleport you'd have to walk out of the town, walk back to the town, log out, log back in, and then repair your items, and it would just cost you like 12 million gold for no reason. So this is good. Because it would literally it wouldn't break that item, it would break all your items. For some reason, it would set the durability value of everything to 0. And repairing, uniques is expensive. I mean, it wasn't that big a deal, because 12 million gold is, nothing for the players now, but it was just an inconvenience. Alright. So, I know I raged about it. I was extra mad. The Campfire Chats were in fact abysmally bad. But the notes, I don't think they're as out of touch as the Campfire Chats made them seem. I think those people they put on the Campfire Chats are what I'm looking for, not the developers. I think they're people that are trying to relay the message. And I feel like in my rage video I shot the messenger. But again, some of this stuff is still a huge L. There's a lot of W's in here. Like Ring of the Starless Sky is actually working and being good as a uber unique. The overpower thing is a huge L, but it's a dumb mechanic anyway, and I hope this is them on a path to phase it out and roll everything into crit. So even though it looks like an L now, I think they can turn this into a W. Thanks everybody for watching. This went on way too long. Peace.